guys, and welcome back to another book tasting. Today, we'll be tasting The Chicken Squad, the first misadventure. And even though this is an easy read, I still highly recommend it for all grade levels and all reading levels. Yes, my upper grades, I'm talking to you guys. You will enjoy this just as much as my lower grades, my kindergarten through second grade. Absolutely going to love this. Doreen Cronin is the author, and she writes the most entertaining and silly books that you guys are going to read, because this Chicken Squad, top-notch silly book. It's about 4 fluffy chicks and a retired detective dog. Now, these little fluffy chicks right here are no ordinary chicks. They don't just run around the backyard plucking off seeds off the ground. Oh no, these 4 chicks are busy solving mysteries and backyard crime. So let's go ahead into the book and meet our 4 fluffy mystery solving chicks. First up is Dirt. Now, Dirt is short, yellow, and fuzzy. His real name is Peep, and his specialty is foreign languages, math, colors, and computer codes. And there's Dirt. Next to him is Sugar. Now, Sugar is short, yellow, and fuzzy. And her real name, Little Boo. Specialty is breaking and entering and interrupting. Next up, Poppy. Poppy is short, yellow, and fuzzy. And her real name is Poppy. Specialty, watching the shoe. And if you check out this book, you'll know why. Next up is Sweetie, and she is short, yellow, and fuzzy. Real name, Sweet Coconut Louise. Specialty, none that I can see. There's Louise. Or Sweetie. And one day, a swirly squirrel comes into the chicken coop, acting all crazy, talking about a big and scary thing in the yard. And these little chicks right here, they're up for a challenge. So let's go ahead and read this part where this crazy squirrel comes in, talking about a big and scary thing. So there's the squirrel coming in. It's big and scary, said the squirrel. It's big and scary. Big and scary is not going to cut it, said Sugar. Lots of things are big and scary, kid. My mom is big and scary. Try again. It's enormous and frightening, said Squirrel. Sugar put her pencil down. Better. Keep going. It's huge and terrifying, cried the squirrel. Much better, Tail, said Sugar. She checked her notes. Big and scary, enormous and frightening, huge and terrifying. Maybe I can help, said Dirt. She took out her sketch pad. What shape was it? Asked Dirt. It was big, answered the squirrel. Big is not a shape, sighed Sugar. She put her notebook down. You've got a good vocabulary, kid, but your poor shape knowledge means I can't respect you. You should go now. Hold on, Sugar, said Dirt. Let's figure this out. Let's start from the beginning. It's enormous, snapped the squirrel. He was starting to get grumpy. I thought you said it was big, said Sugar. Maybe I can give it a try, said Dirt. Is it bigger than a house? Well, no, said the squirrel. Is it bigger than the chicken's coop? Asked Dirt. Well, no, answered the squirrel. Is it bigger than you? Asked Dirt. I'm a brave squirrel. Of course it's bigger than me. It's bigger than me, said the squirrel. Why would I be afraid of something that's not bigger than me? Lots of people are afraid of things that are smaller than they are, said Dirt. Well, not me, said the squirrel. I'm only afraid of one thing, and it's big, and it's scary, and it came out of nowhere, and it's out there waiting for me. I think we need JJ on the case, said Sugar. He knows the yard like the back of his paw. I'm going to run over there and ask him to join us. Not the dog, yelled the squirrel. Not the dog, not the dog. What's your beef with the dog, Tail? Asked Sugar. He's big and scary, answered the squirrel. Sugar had a hunch. Fine, I'm just going to run outside and grab a shovel, she announced. I'll be back. Not the shovel, said Tail. Not the shovel, not the shovel. What's your beef with a shovel? Asked Sugar. It's big and scary, said Squirrel. I give up, Tail, said Sugar. Sounds to me like you're afraid of everything in the yard. Now get out of here and call me when you have a real problem. Sugar made a last note on her pad. Big and scary, enormous and frightening, huge and terrifying. Never mind. Just then, a dark figure appeared in the doorway and cast a shadow over Dirt, Sugar, and Tail. Everything okay in here? Asked a deep, gruff voice. Tail's eyes went wide, his face went pale, and he hit the floor. And there is the dog detective. So, as the chicks are interrogating the squirrel, that's a pretty big word, interrogate. Do my little guys know what interrogate means? That's right. It means to question somebody to get information out of. So that's what these little chicks are doing. And what we just read is these little chicks are interrogating the squirrel. They're trying to get more answers out of him about this big, huge, enormous, terrifying thing. So as they're interrogating the squirrel, which is a funny ordeal since the squirrel is a bit nutty, but they finally get out of him what they need. And as Dirt is drawing this, they discover something. So let's go ahead and jump to that chapter. And I want to see if you guys know what it is. So it's actually chapter 5. And it says, "Listen, Tail," said Sugar. She was standing on the squirrel's neck. "My mom says that if you are still dead when she gets back, she's going to use you as a carpet. So if you want help, you need to face your fear of shapes like a big boy." "Ah, my head," said Tail. There they are. "Let me up. I'm a brave squirrel. No more fainting, I promise. It was just so big and scary," said Sugar. "We get it." "You did great, Tail. Now, we know the big scary thing is in the shape of a circle." "Yes, a circle. A big circle," said Tail. "A really big, shiny circle. It came out of nowhere and then stopped approximately 4 feet off the ground. It was a dark shade of green. Not quite forest green, but close. Possibly undergreen. After a while, it made a weird hissing and popping noise, and it interrupted the atmosphere." "That's quite an improvement over big and scary," said Sugar. "You ought to bump your head more often, kid." "I don't think I like you," said Tail. "I'm okay with that," said Sugar. "What do you mean, interrupted the atmosphere?" asked Dirt. Sugar was paying close attention while she wrote in her pad. "Good question," said Sugar. "Thank you," said Dirt. "First it lit up," said the squirrel. "Then I saw a giant door close. I ran away for a while, and when I came back, the air around it looked really weird." "Interesting," said Sugar, scribbling down notes. Dirt was drawing as fast as she could. She put her crayons down and gasped. Sugar looked at the drawing and then looked at her own notes. So there they are, the Sugar in the background, and then there's Dirt drawing the picture as the squirrel is talking to them. "Round, shiny, atmospheric disturbance, aka weird air." "Gasp," said Sugar. Said Dirt. Sugar took a deep breath and then slowly exhaled. "You've got a big problem, Tail." "What is it? What is it? What is it? This is a huge problem." What? "Kid, you have one enormous problem." "What?" "You've got a UFO on your tail. An unidentified flying object. And I suspect it's not leaving until you get in and fly away." So there's that picture. What do you guys think? You think that's a UFO? I don't know. It looks to me like an egg, but I mean, it is in the air, floating, and the squirrel did say that there was a huge, enormous door that opened and closed. So maybe it's a flying egg UFO? I don't know. That is going to be up for you guys to find out in the Chicken Squad, the first misadventure. And wait until you read this book and find out what these 4 fluffy chicks deduct from all of their clues of why the UFO is here and what it is after. It is hilarious what they figure out. And it's even more hilarious as to how they deal with this UFO problem. So, you guys absolutely have to come down to the library and check out The Chicken Squad, The First Misadventure. And if you can't get to the library, this book is an ebook. So all you have to do is get onto our library and check out The Chicken Squad, The First Misadventure by Doreen Cronin. Oh, and can I give you one quick tip? Great. When you read the squirrel parts, read them fast and crazy, because squirrels are crazy. They're nutty. So, if you read that part all crazy, it's going to make the book even funnier, because the squirrel is nutty. Well, that's all I have for this week. So, I hope to see you soon with The Chicken Squad in your hands. And I will see you guys next week. Happy reading. Bye.